Okay, hey, I'm Dr. Bruce, and I'm making this a video for my microbiology online course, and for those on my hybrid course too. I want to just cover the outline of the course. It'll be sort of like an overview. I'm doing it, this is the summer of 2024, but you might be taking this in the fall or spring, and my course is designed for them the same way. It's just in the summer, it's a little bit quicker. Uh, so this is the home page for the summer 24 online course. And I wanted to also show you, I do have, and it's at Dr. Roos on YouTube. I have a YouTube channel, all right, and I have videos that are publicly viewed, right? So most of for copyright reasons, most of my lecture videos that I use, I don't have them open to the public. So that means you need to be able to click onto a link to get to them, right? So, but the ones that are public, if you went there now, you could see it. And like, for instance, here's an update of my Bio 2 class that I had in the spring. Here's a spring course I think I had for microbiology 4 months ago. I posted for them. So you can look at these. They're not that helpful, but this video, since it's no copyright problems, it'll be listed here now as well. And I've got a video up here of my ski trip one that I made in 2020. So anyway, I want you to be aware of that. Then, here, if you click on the syllabus now, right, that'll take you to the class syllabus. You're actually able to view this before you take the course. But that contains, we might go over a few things in here about the lab, especially. The course, if you take the course online, you have an in-person lab that you must attend, right? That's not online. So I want to make that clear. I got an email today. For the class, there's no textbook requirement, and for the lab, there's no lab manual requirement. You will be required to wear a lab coat, and during, like when we have, say, handling some cultures, you might be expected to wear gloves and some goggles as well. So keep that in mind for lab. So let's go through this course outline. The first thing that I have all my classes do is, right, it says be sure to complete syllabus quiz in this first weekly announcement. Every week there'll be a week 1 announcement, there'll be a week 2 announcement for my online course. For my hybrid class, I make an announcement for every class about what I'm covering in the class. But these weekly announcements, right, will be important for every week. There's a week 1, there's a week 2 for the online class, right? There's a week 1, 2, there's a start here, which should be watching this video. And then each week, in the announcement, it'll tell you what you need to complete for that week. So the first thing I use, it's called the syllabus quiz. If you click on there, it'll take you right to the syllabus quiz, but all the quizzes are in the quiz section. All right, and it's available, and I'm using this one for my online course to verify your attendance. So you're not going to get graded on it. You don't get a grade for the syllabus. You just get 20 points for completing the assignment. I'm going to count it as one of the assignments, right? There's a total of, right, under assignments, there's 6, and the first assignment is taking that syllabus quiz for the hybrid course too. In case you don't come to class that first week, then I might, if you take a syllabus quiz, I can use that to verify your attendance. But that's what it's for. Okay, so that's the syllabus quiz. And then I broke off into the assignments, which are worth 20 points, right? In parentheses, I put down how many points these are worth. You get 20 points for these 3. You get 20 points for just completing the syllabus quiz for assignment 1. Okay, and now if we go to the content section, whether you're taking this online or hybrid, I put in the course overview, I've got a schedule for the class too. If you're curious about that, I think I'm going to be emailing you the schedules just so that I know that you have them. Well, there's course information, there's lecture videos, right? So section 2, this video will cover section 2 PowerPoint. So I'd recommend that you open up PowerPoint and watch the video for all of these, right? There's a lecture video for every section. There's a 2 for section 15. If you want to do a short version, watch this one. If you'd rather watch the longer version of it, watch that. So it's up to you. But all the other ones are just, there's one video. I do have some lecture down here that are short videos. These are a little bit shorter than the other. These are my first ones, so they're not as good as the ones that you find under lecture videos. You know, you're probably better off watching them. Then there is concept videos as well. And then if you're not sure what bonds are, macromolecules, cell respiration, you could watch these to help you get a better understanding of those. And I'll put them in the announcement too, when we get to them. All right, so we went over the section PowerPoints, right? They basically take the place of needing a text. Everything you need to know are in the lab section PowerPoint. There's one PowerPoint for the lab, and there's no lab manual as well. Now the quizzes and exams are in the quiz section. There'll be links to them in the announcement, so that'll be easy to get to. Right, so like for instance, July 1st, you can take quiz for section 2 and section 3. You'll have until the 21st of July. The 21st of July, all quizzes 2, 3, 4, 5 will be due, as well as exam 1. There will be one assignment number 2, as well due on that date. Okay, I don't have due dates because I just use the date available as the last day. That's the day they're due, right? Instead of having using the due date. I do use the due dates for the assignments because you can turn in your assignments after the due date, right? So, okay, so these are the assignments. They're all worth 20 points. Assignment 2 is due at the same time exam 1 is due. That'll be the July 21st, right? The next exam is due on the 28th, so assignment 3 will be due for that exam. Then you do assignment 4 and 5. These dates are just for people that are taking this course in the summer, right, of 24. So if you're watching this video in another semester, there'll be different dates, but just I'm trying to help you understand, the exam dates and the quiz dates all jive. They're usually on Sunday, right? All of these for exam 1. Exam 2, you'll need to take these 2 quizzes. They're both worth 10 points. All the exams are worth 100 points, right? I put that there. They're multiple choice and true false. Okay, for exam. Sometimes there's quiz questions on the exam. It just sort of depends. Okay, so I just wanted you to be aware, in the concept section, where you'll find everything, whether it's the assignment videos, right? These links are in the assignments, but if you had trouble, you could always find all these assignment questions that you need for each assignment to complete. Right, it's pretty straightforward. If you'll download the like for assignment 2, you'll download the assignment questions, right? I just showed you there in the content section, but right, this will take you there. Hopefully there won't be any trouble with that. And then watch this video. As you read the first question, watch the video. When the video answers the question, jot it down, pause the video, read the next question, and then all the answers to these questions are in the video. If you go and Google this stuff or do AI or whatever you can do, you're going to put down things that aren't what I want. You to watch the video and answer the question from the video. Okay, so anyway, so we went through the assignments. We don't have any grades, right? This is what you'll see for the grade book, right? 20 points for assignment 1, which is the syllabus video, right? Or not the video, the syllabus quiz, right? Which is in the quiz section. They're all true. there's a survey that I don't know if I'll have you take. Yeah, you'll have to take it for the 10 points at the end too. So all the exams here, I will put down what the points that you've earned in lab in the grade book for the class, and I'll put those two together. They're going to all add up to 1,000 points, right? You can get 660 points from the class, 340 points from the lab. So, right, be sure you read the weekly announcement. You know, you need to stay on top of this every week. Be completing the stuff. You might be able to work ahead a little bit if you wanted to. Some of this stuff, I think, when we get to the end, everything will be open on July 28th. So at that point, you could take this quiz and even exam 4. Right, these 3 quizzes will be due before exam 4. Well, you could have them all done on July 28th if you wanted to. So just to keep that in mind. Now, these are dates are just for summer students. The hybrid course, I'm not sure. Those dates might be a little bit different. Now, the lab, right, here's a lab that I'm going to be teaching. Now, there's 5 labs now. One lab only has 2 students in it, so that might not make. But you have to attend lab, all right? Don't take this course if you're not intending to do it. You know, if there's medical reasons that you can't attend the lab, you know, for a couple of weeks, then you need to medically withdraw from the course, right? That's not an excuse. There was a person in the spring that missed a letter grade because she missed too many labs, right? That's the problem, right? You've got to attend them. One of the reasons to go to lab is that there are what are called P&P assignments, and they're found, it's P&P for the gram stain, the negative stain, Kirby-Bauer, nitrate reduction, and some of these, when you open up the quiz, there's more than one P&P assignment, right? So there's a P&P, there's 3 P&P assignments that you can complete in this quiz. And in the P&P assignment, you're going to have a question say, what is the purpose of the MSA media? You get 1 point for doing the purpose. The purpose is found in the lab PowerPoint, right? It's real easy to complete that. Then the principle, you get 4 points for that, and that you look into the lab PowerPoint, and it'll talk about, you know, what right. See, for here, the mannitol salt aggregate contains high salt concentration. Selecting for Staphylococcus aureus, mannitol is fermented. That's what we'd expect you to put for the principle, right? It's worth 4 points. It should be in your own words, right? Complete sentences. And you'll have a total of 20 in each one of these. Like for the MSA, you get 1 and 4 or 5 points for it. E and B is another media. You get 5 points for completing both. Right, so the purpose for all of these P&P assignments is worth 1 point. The principle for each assignment is worth 4. They're like homework assignments, but I've got them in the quiz section. Right, you'll be taking all your quizzes in the lab in person. All right. Like I say, you don't need to worry about completing the or getting a lab manual, right? But there is, right, a micro lab PowerPoint, right, with all the information that you need to know for the lab. So here's the micro lab PowerPoint, and like say for instance, there's the purpose for this experiment, right? So I'd expect you to put this for the purpose, and then the remaining material should be included in the principle, and that's basically what you're going to be using to complete the lab. Mostly a list of these things, you know, what the color the acid fast bacteria are, or what the color are the spores, right? That should be in the principles. But use the micro lab PowerPoint for that, right? And when you study for the lab, uh, when we do the practical, right, which is worth 100 points, right? You're going to be taking 4 quizzes. Each quiz is worth 20, and the practical you'll be taking at the very end. I think it's like August 8th, 7th, and 8th, something like that. That'll be worth 100 points. There is a stain activity that we complete. You don't need to study for, and then there's an unknown activity that'll cover 2 labs. And I did make some changes. So hopefully, I used to have in the lecture a flyer assignment. I got rid of that. So if you hear anything about a flyer assignment, just ignore it. There still might be an announcement that mentions it that I haven't removed or forgot to take off. And then we did change up a few of the how we're doing the unknown activity. It used to be 3 labs, now to be only 2 labs, and that kind of thing. So, right, and then like I said, right, you have a total of 340 lab points and 660 points that you earn from lab. So when you get done taking the lab practical, here's the schedule for the class. I broke it down into like week 1 and then week 2. Whoops, I didn't mean to change it. So I figured I'd be sending you this, and then there's one for the lab as well. So, like lab number 1, keep in mind, most of the classes, the first week, we normally don't have labs. So, and that'll be the case for this summer and probably for the fall. I don't know. It depends on when the Labor Day holiday is. But anyway, the lab number 1 will be July 8th for Monday, Wednesdays, and then the other date here is the 9th. So sometimes we have, most of the time we have labs on 2 different days. We meet twice a week in the summer, but we only meet once a week in the spring and fall, so it's a little different. And it just goes over all the things we're going to be doing, and like when the lab practical is, right, you need to be there to take that, or else you get a 0, right? There's no makeup. Then the unknown, these 2 weeks, you need to get 30 points for the unknown lab. You need to attend these 2 labs. There's a stain activity that's worth 30 points. You need to be here in that lab for that activity to get those 30 points. So just keep that in mind. You get 30 points for the unknown activity, 30 points for the stain activity. I've got that on the outline. So anyhow, I think that about does it. We have in the syllabus, lab coat should be worn, gloves and goggles should be worn while handling bacteria cultures. Right, this is for the class, the syllabus. The assignments are worth 20, the quizzes are worth 10. That's all here. And then the lateness, since there's really no attendance requirement for the online lab, but you have to be taking the in-person lab. So I mentioned that in here. I do have to verify your attendance if you're taking it online. So if we've got that policy here. A student who missed more than 2 labs receive an F for both lab and lecture, right? You just failed the class. Okay, being more than 20 minutes late is considered absent. So we do expect you, right, to attend the lab, or you shouldn't be taking the class. So don't bring your children to lab. And anyway, I think that about does it. Good luck. I'll be in the, if you're taking me online, you may have the lab in DeLand, right, which meets on Mondays and Wednesdays. So before that lab, it starts at 2, I'll be in my office, which is right next to the micro lab, right in DeLand. then I'll be, this is just now for, this is my summer, right? If you're taking me in the fall and spring, this isn't true. But, and then the class, I teach the hybrid class, this class here, 11 WB section. I'll be in room 410, my office will be in 210, and I'll be in the office there in Daytona from 10 to 12 Tuesday, and on Thursday just 11 to 12. So I put that information here, and like, you know, how you can reach me. You know, you can reach me at these numbers during these office hours. When I, you know, you might catch me in my lab when I'm doing the lab from 2 to like 4, and by calling me there. But you know, you should call me before the lab if you want to talk to me. Okay, that'll do it.